single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello, it's Kulipup. All right, so recently I have been auctioning off or donation auctioning off my paintings because my walls are getting very, very full and I need to let go. So with that being said, I am going to explain a little bit more about my paintings as to, or this painting in particular, as to what makes it so special. Right? Because so many individuals, when we start creating, we think it's just paint on canvas, but we don't realize that it holds all of our energy. Now, as I am a high energy individual, and because, you know, my name's Kulipup and I like to put double meanings in absolutely everything, in this painting, there is a crazy amount of energy, but not only that, it can actually give you a lot of energy at the same time. So, for those who can see, I would like to explain what it is that you are seeing. However, for those who are just like, yo, it's just a bunch of pretty colors, then that's cool too. And I've got the beautiful Shayla here as well, so she may on the camera a bit. So, and also at the very end of this, I'm going to show you, or I'm going to, through my pendulum, I want to show you or confirm to you just how much this painting would actually be worth on a monetary value, although it is actually quite priceless for those who understand energy. But if there was a monetary value being sought for this, just exactly how precious it is. So if you manage to get one of my paintings, you'll know what you got with you. So again, the goddess on earth observing creation. When you look at this painting, as I mentioned, you're probably going to see a huge amount of just colors and swirls and vibrancy that go with it. It has been, I've been told that it is just life itself. And granted, it is. It is my life. Now, the intention I had when I first got the canvas and the paints, I had no clue what it was I was going to be painting. My intention, though, was to simply paint me, my energy, in this moment as it was. And this is what it came out to be. So why do I call it the goddess on earth observing creation? Well, through the energy you can actually see, here is the goddess. This swirl as it comes in here, this is the head coming down, and the wafts of energy plumes that are going back. This is more like hair. This is coming down here. This is like an arm. Okay, so as if you were just kind of like that. Okay. This is a leg and a foot, as if this foot is kicking out, right? And here we have a large foot stepping forward. Now, what is this goddess observing, right? So we'll explain more about the colors and so forth and what everything means. But right now, we are observing Earth. As the head is being looked down, what we have is we have the base, the root, the magma, the rock, the fire of passion and creation at the same time, right? So once we have the fires going, then we have the Earth's surface, the rocks and the geography and so on there. And then we have the water as in the oceans. And then we have what we can perceive as the land and the critters that go along it. Because not only is it green to do with foliage, but it is also, if you look very closely with the brush strokes, it also looks like a little amphibian at the same time, which can represent animals and so forth, and the swirl and the complexities that go within that. And above here would be, of course, the sky with the clouds. So it's a reverse image, right? So looking from the bottom top, but, you know, backwards in a way. Now, as the goddess is observing creation, as we know, we create whatever it is that we perceive in life. So as I'm observing, my energy is creating all that I see, right? And underneath, and this is why we can see where, as I'm observing, the kick out of the energy and how it flows behind me to create. And what we have here is the landscapes now. So as I'm observing the land and the rocks and the mountains and so forth, and the earth is being created there. Then we have over here the oceans, right? The swirl of oceans and the color that goes within them. Orange and purple, so and blue. Blue, of course, expression, water, going with that flow. Purple is intuition, right? That connection with that divine energy or third eye. Orange is for the sacral, which is part of creation, right? So we have water. Then we have, of course, the land, the trees. All of these little circles here are representing the foliage, the trees. A little bit of red in there to say mankind, or the root of earth, right? So as I'm stepping on that, I'm kicking out all of this wonderful greenery that is going to go forth onto the land. Now, as we come up at the side, though, as we start progressing upwards, we are going into heaven. Right? So as we are going up in there, we see a lot more purples. Over here, there's a little bit of a wing. It looks like a half of a wing that comes out of, that is coming out of the side. This represents freedom. However, there is only half of a wing. So can a bird fly with only one wing? No, right? But this is why we are not up in heaven, right? Because we are on earth observing creation. But again, combining with the intuition, the purple of the intuition, a little bit of the creation of the orange and the yellow that is going there, which signifies the willpower. Okay, going up, we now have heaven. There is a little bit of a waterfall here and land that is here as well. And the bridge that connects heaven and earth. Now, if you look very, very closely, there's going to be a little bit of some orange dots, which connect that bridge to the goddess's hair. Okay? Right? And your hair as well, when we look at our hair, it is basically like our USB stick. It is where we store our memories. Right? And this is one of the reasons why heaven is connected to the memories that are locked within the hair. Because as the goddess is on earth, we are not in heaven at this time. We are simply creating what it is that we are observing within this mirror image. Now, going back more to the goddess and explaining what it is that we are seeing here, we have a heart above the head, which signifies the crown. Yellows are absolutely everywhere, which is the strength of the will that comes through my energy. Right? My will, my solar plexus is where this comes from. Now, when we see a lot of yellow in this, it is what it is needed for creation. And we see the purple, the intuition as it floods through, and through the crown we have expression, we have heart with the green chakra points, more expressions, more wisdom that goes through there, and it funnels through, of course. And it is all about, for example, myself, I'm all about my intuition and my wisdom and my expressions. However, there is so much yellow because in order to create life as to what we are observing, we need our heart point, our heart chakra point, which is here, this is why we have this little green line here, right? To be connected to our intuition, and the little white section here inside is our knowing of who we are, or who I am in this painting anyway. I need that in order to transmute all of this beautiful energy that I have within my will and flush it out to create everything you see behind me, right? So the oranges as well, like I mentioned, are part of the sacral, and we can see that as we are looking down, orange is the first thing, the first color within the vision, after my own being, of course, because of course it is within knowing and then intuition, and then the will starts to activate, furthering the intuition, and then creation starts within that sacral part. right? And the sacral is then going all up into the crown, where we are creating even more over here and combining the energies in order to get all of this wondrous stuff here, right? So now let's go on to the foot, though, of mankind. As I am here experiencing, what we see is this little strip of black. This represents the fear that mankind is experiencing. And the foot has so many different colors. We have, of course, the root chakra point, which is solidifying, having 1 foot of creation, and specifically this is the right foot, as this is the left foot as it comes up here, which is free, but still has a little bit of earth within it. However, the right foot represents, of course, if there is fear in your right foot, that represents the blockage of creation, because fear is stopping you from taking your first step to create. And this is one of the reasons why fear is so prominent here. Also mixed in with a little bit of white and knowing and the willpower of those around. And also the expression of that fear within the entities and within mankind, within the intuition and knowing as well. So everything is absolutely everywhere. But the one thing you will notice is that the black was only really used on the lower levels. Only a little bit here within the earth, because of course to grow a seed, it needs to be planted in the darkness of the earth for it to grow. However, here, the fear on the foot is only in this section. Because at the end of the day, it is only based on what it is we are observing that the fear is being able to be created and then pooling. Nowhere else is there fear within the energy. Only based on what is created within mankind. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that we can get rid of it. Because this is the bigger picture. All of this creation, all of this life, all of this flourishing, that is what life is. The fear is only a smallest part of it. But it will only be there if you focus on it. Right? So a little lesson is to focus on everything else. Now, what can this painting actually do? I've explained more about what it is, right? And a little bit more about the interpretations. However, what kind of energy is trapped within this? I say trapped, but held within this painting. Well, life, creation, all the complexities and the interpretations that go within that, right? When you physically hold this painting, right, what you are going to feel is a little buzz of energy that comes through your fingertips. Now, for those of you who are a higher frequency or have a lot of energy, it's going to feel like a really calm, mellow buzz of light and joy and happiness. If you are of a lower frequency or a lower energy individual, or you are ill or sick, it may feel like a very, very strong, like, woo, okay, like sugar. Let me take my hand away from that for a second. All right? Now, this painting carries about 3 million years worth of life within it. So I want you to think, because again, like I said, I'm a very high individual person. Each individual's lifespan carries a certain amount of life, you know. It could be 86 years, it could be 90 years, it could be 100 years, it could be 50 years. Either way, every single person's synergy cell, their vessel, carries the amount of life force energy that they have. This painting has about 3 million lives or lifespans within it. So, in order to access the lifespan energy within this painting, all you would need to do is simply touch it on the side. You can touch it on this side, you can touch it on the bottom, you can touch it on the top, doesn't matter. Just touch it on the side, all right? And in order to activate or to have some of the energy be lent to you, all you got to do is feel your heart space in the moment and say, can you please help me to understand my own being of my creation, and let me borrow some of your life force. Okay? And thus your synergy cell or your energy levels within you will be topped up. Okay. Now here's the thing though. There is a clause to this. This painting is incredibly valuable when it comes to energy. And the thing is, my energy will only go to the growth and development and succession of those who are within love and light. So, if you are an individual who is full of fear, who is full of pain, suffrage, and is trying to promote that as an entity of fear, if they are to touch this painting and ask for the life force, they will be surrounded by a bubble of magic and they will get that life force. The only thing is, it will eat their own source alive. So the fear, because this sucker burns off negative energy. It burns off fear. So if anybody is trying to promote that, it will not fuel their fear in terms of expressing it outwards. It will simply accelerate their own deterioration. All right? It's a lot of force and energy out there. However, if you are within your truth and you are developing and you are seeking out healing and happiness and to rid yourself of the fear and have wellness, touch this painting and you will feel just how wonderful your own vibration is, and I will help you to grow it. Right? Anyway, so that's what we're getting there from this. In terms of a monetary value, I'm going to hold my pendulum up for this one, okay? Because I think it's important. A lot of individuals, they see me and I do these paintings and I pretty much give them away. You know, whether you are donating $5, $50, $150, $1,000, doesn't matter what it is. If you are donating, I will let it go. But, and that is because, again, these paintings, my energy is priceless, right? However, if you did want to know the kind of monetary value that it has behind them, I'm going to hold up my pendulum right here, okay? And just so you can see, or I'll come back a little bit here, just so you can see that I'm not like doing anything with it. So, in terms of let me show you what it is. If what I'm saying is like a nope, or I am lying in any way or whatever, my pendulum is going to swing in this direction. If it is kind of like a kind of sort of maybe, it starts to go in this direction. If it is a yes, it starts to go, of course, as if you're going yes. However, if it's like yes, it just means in this direction, it means that there's more information to look into. Now, if I'm speaking truthfully from my heart, okay, it starts going in this direction, all right? And if it's like a yes, but kind of no, it kind of goes in, it starts to go like kind of no. But yes, if it is a truth of the heart, it goes here. Now, whenever you see me with my pendulum up there, I do encourage you to verify the information that I'm saying by holding up your own pendulum, and you can just simply say, hey, is what this lady is saying truth? All right, is it truthful? And it will, of course, swing in the direction of either the way my pendulum is swinging to say yes, or if you have programmed your own pendulum to understand what your code is, then it will confirm within what is suitable for yourself. Okay. Now, if you come across and your pendulum just stays and you're just like, and it's like it's not moving at all, it means that there is infiltration there. Which, if you're asking about my painting specifically, if you're not going to get truth, so for example, if you're just like, can that really be true? And you're trying to say it's not with your own energy, but the answer is actually yes, it's just going to stay dead still for you, right? It's because it's just like, well, I'm not going to give you the answer if you're going to deny the truth, basically. That's what it's trying to say. So anyway, this painting behind me, in terms of energy, is priceless, considering how many lifespans you can top your energy up with in order to live for a very long time, as long as you are taking care of your vessel, in terms of like, you're not purposely trying to piss your life away in any way, but you're taking care of yourself. You can just get a top up there and find that you live very, very well for a very, very long time in terms of your vessel. Anyway, so let's stop that there. This painting, is it worth over $1,000? Yep. Is it worth over $1 million? Yup. Is it worth over $1 billion? Yes. Is it worth over $1 trillion? Now we're going to okay, maybe rephrase that question. So no, not really quite $1 trillion. So billions. 1.8 billion. Is this what the monetary value that you could gain for this painting? Yeah. So, and again, I'll put this up. $1.8 billion is actually what this painting would be worth if you were to put it up for auction for those who actually truly know what energy is worth or what it could be. So if you have this in your home, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful time with it. A lot of fantastic energy coming through, and know the value of what you have in your home. All right. Life force energy can provide wonderful things for manifestations. It can provide wonderful things for the health and well-being of people around you, and also the development of life in itself. So when I say that, I mean your abilities, your cognizance, your empathy, your sentience, having this painting in your home or around your person is going to immediately put up barriers of protection around you, because literally it shines very, very brightly. Alrighty. So that is the goddess on earth observing creation.